If you work in AV, you know the monster that lurks behind the racks. We're talking about that spaghetti monster.
Oh, yeah.
Dozens of small devices, each with its own bulky, ugly wall wart, cables zip-tied into permanent submission, and just zero cooling strategy. It's an operational nightmare.
A total mess.
So today we are doing a deep dive into the tvONE 1RK system, which, well, it promises to solve that exact chaos. Okay, let's unpack this.
And our mission here is to really analyze the tech sources and synthesize how this thing actually works.
Yeah.
I mean, we need to address the skepticism, right? There's always skepticism with a universal solution.
Of course.
So we're going to focus on the density, the very flexible power options, and how the serviceability translates into, real-world time and cost savings for you.
Okay, so the core concept, it relies on this analogy I saw. Think of the ONErack as a high-tech apartment complex for all your small electronics.
That's a good way to put it.
But my question is, these standardization efforts, they usually fail when they hit the real world. The sources claim the design lets you convert devices from any manufacturer into these slide-in modules. How? How does that physically happen without some proprietary lock-in?
Right, and that's the clever part.
Yeah.
It works because the main chassis handles the big stuff, the power and the cooling. The little conversion module just handles the physical mounting and, crucially, the voltage selection for that one specific device.
Ah, so you're isolating the complexity.
Exactly. You isolate the complexity into the module so the device manufacturer doesn't have to conform to anything. And that is the magic that gives you the density. A standard 4RU chassis can mold up to 16 of these modules.
16.
Which means you're suddenly powering and cooling up to 32 different devices in a space where, maybe you'd fit 8 before? And if you go for the bigger 6RU chassis, you're managing up to 64 devices, centrally.
That is a massive space saver. But here's where it gets critical for me. For the longevity of the gear, power. Once these devices lose their messy power bricks, they connect to this central ONErack power supply. This is where the engineering really shines.
What's fascinating here is the power flexibility isn't just about having choices. It's about providing this industrial-level precision. You get the voltages everyone needs, like 5V and 12V.
The standard, sure.
But you also get the niche ones, 7.5V, 9V, 13.5V, 18V, and 24V. And that 13.5 volts, why is that important?
I was just about to ask.
Well, because a lot of high-end HD-based extenders, things that are, say, nominally rated for 12 volts, they run hot. They fail faster without that extra voltage margin. The system provides it up to 35 watts per setting.
And what if you have a genuinely unique device? Some weird one-off?
There's a pass-through option.
Yeah.
So you can still use a custom power supply if you absolutely have to, but you still get the standard mounting and, more importantly, the active cooling.
Let's talk about that cooling, because packing 32, maybe 64 devices into one chassis, that sounds like a recipe for a heat disaster. Are we just creating an oven?
Not at all. The fan cover, the 1RK-4RU-FAN, provides active airflow up to 225 CFM. I mean, to put that in perspective, that's enough air to keep a stack of high-load extenders stable in a closet with no ventilation.
Wow.
And you can even dial the speed down to 50% if the environment is already cool.
And this all brings us to what I think is the biggest win, serviceability. Because, okay, maybe the initial install is a bit more work with all that standard wiring, but the second the device fails,
It just slides out.
it just slides out. No cutting zip ties, no fishing around for the right power cord, just fast, simple maintenance. And that right there is the payoff that makes the upfront complexity worth it.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the whole design philosophy is also fiscally smart for institutional users. The sources note it's TAA compliant. For you listening, that is critical if you're bidding on government, military, or education contracts.
It meets the procurement standards.
It does. And the supplier, HDTV Supply, even offers specific discounts for .gov, .mil, or DDU accounts.
So ultimately, this is solving the hidden cost of AV systems. It's not just the rack space, but the lifetime maintenance cost and the risk of failure from bad power and heat.
That's the core takeaway.
Yeah.
It's impeccable organization, precise power delivery, and just maximizing your space while minimizing your downtime.
So here's a final provocative thought for you. If the ONErack system eliminates the single biggest operational headache, that unreliable, unstandardized power brick by centralizing all your power distribution, is the true long-term value of the system less about the rack space you save and more about the quantifiable reduction in risk and troubleshooting hours across your entire facility? Think about that systemic cost reduction the next time you look at a rack full of zip ties.